Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, so yesterday, guys, we got a win. We ended up finishing 7-6. So it's not the win we wanted, but I felt like a few of those games could have gone our way. But either way, guys, a win is a win, so we're definitely going to take it. I don't know if you guys caught those football games yesterday, but like incredibly entertaining. Like those are two of the best football games I've seen in a long time. Not betting on them, it was probably even more entertaining to watch them, just because I had no vested interest really in who won. I would have liked to have seen Buffalo win, and I'm very happy to see Tennessee win. That'll teach New England not to cover the spread for us the one time we take them this year. Anyways, guys, back on track here. So I have 3 picks for you guys today at both NFL games, and one of the NFL games, guys, is going to be a 2-unit play. First off, guys, I'm going to give you an NHL play. So we have Minnesota playing against Calgary. We're going back to a system we've used a few times, and this is well-rested favorite visitors, okay? So what we're looking for in this system is we want a visiting team, well-rested, favorite, playing against a team that did not make the playoffs the previous year. Now, when I say well-rested, we want 3 to 4 days of rest for our team. 3 is the preferable number, which is what we have in this particular case. In that scenario, with 3 or 4 days rest, the favorite wins 515 times and loses 291 times. It's an 11.3% ROI. But what makes this pick even better is when you tighten the money line down to favorites that are only minus 110 to minus 115, it covers 167 times and 87 times. It's 65.7%. That's good for a 21.7% ROI. So, I mean, where are you going to find 65% winners on lines that are minus 110 to minus 125? Like, that's an incredibly good number. And obviously a 21.7% ROI on those games is huge. So we are going to be taking Calgary minus 115 in that game. All right, Calgary minus 115. I'm going to start with the later football game here for you guys. So Seattle and Philadelphia. So right off the bat, guys, the public is all over Seattle. The public is loving Seattle. Philadelphia has 20% of the bets and 31% of the money. So off the bat, guys, that is a spread that we like to see because that fits in our 7 to 21% range. There's a difference between the percentage and the money bet that's between 7 to 21%, and it's also a contrarian play. Now, above and beyond that, we have 3 steam plays on Philadelphia and 4 reverse line moves on Philadelphia. So a very strong play, definitely a trifecta and then some. Now, above and beyond that, let's look at the psychology of what's happening with Vegas and that line. So that line opened up with Seattle being a 1-point favorite. Now, there's almost 70% of the money being bet on Seattle, yet that line goes back down to 0, basically a pick 'em. So they dropped the line. At 70%, you should expect that line to jump up to 2.5 maybe. The fact that they dropped back to even tells us one thing. They're afraid of the sharps, but also, I guess it tells us 2 things. They're afraid of the sharps that have bet on that game, but Vegas is comfortable taking money on Seattle. Even if the sharps had bet Philadelphia and Vegas wasn't comfortable taking that money, they still bumped that line up with 70% of the money going on Seattle. The fact that they moved the line the other way tells us that Vegas is very comfortable with the public betting on Seattle. So we're going to do the opposite, guys. We're going to take Philly minus 110 money line. Now, if you're betting at a reduced juice book, which you probably should be, you can get that for minus 105. All right, on to last game, guys. And this is going to be a 2-unit play. We have Minnesota and New Orleans. So public very high on New Orleans, and why wouldn't they be after the way that New Orleans has played last couple weeks, putting up a ton of points. But there's another variable in this game, and I'm going to talk about it right now. And I should say I'm going to talk about him. And that variable is Kirk Cousins. All right? Kirk Cousins, since he joined the Vikings, is 78 and 52 against the spread. Good for 60%. If you bet on Kirk Cousins' whole career, you'd be making quite a bit of money. Now, in that time, dates back to 2012, he goes into beast mode when he plays in a dome. 44 and 19 against the spread, covering 69.8% of the time. Okay? Now, let's go one step further for those games where he was an underdog. When Kirk Cousins was an underdog in a dome, he was 22 and 5. 22 and 5, good for 81.5%. Now, one of the things about Kirk Cousins, when you look at his numbers and you look at the season and how it progresses, you find that he gets better as the season goes on. And in the later months of December and January, he's never lost in a dome. He's never not covered the spread, I should say, in a dome. As a dog. And I have to preface that. He's never not covered the spread as a dog, an underdog. In December and January, he's 11 and 0. He's 6 and 0 at home and 5 and 0 on the road. So obviously pretty compelling numbers. And he just, when he plays in a dome later in the season, he's in total beast mode. Now, on the flip side, over the last 5 years, if we look at New Orleans as 8-point favorites or more at home, they're 4 and 12 against the spread and 0 and 1 in the postseason. So New Orleans has struggled to cover those high spread games at home. And in this particular case, guys, there's just a ton of value on Minnesota. Now, above and beyond that, we also have 2 steam bets and we have a reverse line move in the game. And we love the fact that the public is all over New Orleans because we don't want to be betting with the public. So we're going to take a contrarian play with Kirk Cousins. He's our guy today. And we're going to go 2-unit play on Minnesota plus 8. All right, so 2-unit play, Minnesota plus 8. So again, guys, we have Calgary money line, minus 115. We are taking Philadelphia money line, minus 110. And we're taking Minnesota plus 8. Let's go Kirk Cousins. All right, so that is it for today, guys. I will be back tomorrow with some more daily free picks. So as always, guys, have a very lucky day.